Hello, everyone. It is indeed a privilege to be here in the midst of rather, you intelligent and beautiful women with wings. And especially a huge thanks to Srifali Shankar, who actually inspired me and she gave me the opportunity to share my story with all of you. So here you go, my story, with my story. A story of a heartbreak, a story of a heart attack, a story of a struggle, lot of struggle, I would say. And now, whatever I'm doing, according to me, I am doing well, I'm doing good for me and my loving creatures whom I love, my dogs, my street dogs, my stray dogs. We'll tell about them also. Definitely, they are a part of my life. So here you go. Let me start from my childhood. I was born in a small town of then Bihar, now Jharkhand, called Bokaro, and brought up in a hill station called Maithan. It's not a city, I would say it's a B town, small hill station, surrounded with hills and nature. I was raised midst of nature. And I, being the privilege of a good student, was loved by all the people around me that I knew. All the relatives pampered me because I was the youngest. And I grew up, I had a very cherished childhood, very good childhood, loved by everybody I know, the people around me. Privilege of being a good student and the youngest. And as I grew up, and I was born, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever it is, in an Orthodox family. So, in most of the places in our society, when the girl is growing up, the one thing that comes in the parents' mind is the marriage. And my family was not an exception. So, even before my graduation, they got a groom for me, and I was married with pomp and show. I was married, and he was externally a very good groom, I would say. He was IIT, he's an engineer, handsome, and I was very happy, kind of. Yes, I would not deny that I was not happy. Definitely I was. But the problem in the paradise started when I was not able to conceive. Doctors after doctors kept on changing. I was not able to conceive. And the society and my relatives and all my parents and my in-laws all started to think that I was the guilty. However, the last doctor we went told my husband to go for some tests. And he, as a man may go, he never wanted to go through the tests. But the doctor said that you, being an engineer, such an educated person, scared of letting yourself know your disabilities. So couldn't help much. He had to go through the test. And yes, it was proved that he was guilty, not me. And after a little more than 3 months of medication, I was conceived. This was the, I would say, biggest ego blow to him. And all my relatives, all my parents, my in-laws, they came to know that yes, I was not the guilty. I was not the one, he was the one. That was also, he was angry on me. Why did I say this to everybody, that I was not informed? It was his fault that I was not able to conceive. The anger came with the torture, of course. Not physical torture, I would say, mental torture. But yes, we were happy because I could conceive. And after a year, I was blessed with a son. Again, things were good. But as my son started growing up, he started becoming naughty, as every child happens to be. But yes, as a mother, I had to take care of it. And this was not liked by my husband. I had to hear middle class mentality. Whatever I did, whatever I used to do, I had to hear middle class mentality. Is this brought by your money or your father's money? No. It is brought by his father's money. Let him destroy. Whatever it could be the TV, it could be the computer, it could be the sofa. If I said something, I would hear middle class mentality. Is it brought by your father's money or your money? No, it is by his father's money. Let him destroy it. This went on for say about two and a half years, and then we were shifted to Noida. This Noida became a turning point of my life. And suddenly he changed. He started showering love on me. I never realized in the beginning that this was all show off. He was showing to his friends, to his relatives, to my parents that whatever he is doing, he's doing for his wife. Actually, he was trying to impress. This was just a show off. And of course, the mental torture and the physical torture went on. Whatever I used to say to my son, I used to get a slap. Suddenly, maybe a slap, maybe a kick if I said something to my son. And that ego blow, of course, it was there. The frustration has to come out somewhere. And it always came out on me in form of a slap, kick, and the torture went on. So that's, for me, this went on for about 3.5 years, 4 years, 5 years. And I really could not take it anymore. And the more he started to show off, the more frustration used to come. And the more insult. See, I bought such a costly sari for you. Do you think your father could have ever bought it? See, I bought such a nice shoe for you. Do you think your father could have ever bought it? You know, the tana kind of thing that we say in Hindi. Though he had taken a lots of dowry from my parents, starting from the whole apartment was actually decorated by my father, giving all kinds of furniture. You know, the bed, the almirah, the sofa, the TV, the fridge he was using was all given in dowry by my father. Yet, this kind of taunts I had to hear, which I really could not. I could take my insult, but I could not take insult of my parents. So one day I decided, no, now the water has crossed over the head. I had to do something. And I started to plan about my future. I don't know what I did. I don't even remember now. But yes, I was sure that I'll take a divorce. And this came as a shock to my parents and definitely to my relatives, because they were in such an awe of their son-in-law that, okay, such a good boy, such a handsome. And my parents used to think that, I'm in the heaven. I am fortunate that I have got maybe a God instead of a human being, that, he came and married me. Maybe, Lord Shiva had come and married me like that. My parents were so much in awe of him. So they were shocked. I was taken back home. Everybody was in shock, and everybody asked me, what did you do? Till now, my family never asked me, why did you do? Everybody asked, kya kiya, kya kiya? Nobody asked, kyun kiya? Till now, they do not know. It's more than 22 years now. My parents do not know, because they have abandoned me. I was thrown out of the house. My son was taken away from me. My mother told my husband, that घर में जाके बीवी का तस्वीर लगा लो दीवार में और हम इसको कहीं पे पागल खाने में देके मरवा देते हैं. I heard my mother telling it in front of me. Sorry, to my husband. My mother told all of my friends. I met with a car accident. Very little, nothing happened to me. But my mother told all of my friends that she is dead in the car accident. I heard my mother telling in front of me to all my friends that I'm dead. And my mother was determined that they will put me in an asylum and kill me. In Bihar, it happens. It's nothing new. So I had to run away from there, beaten, battered, shattered, heartbroken. I literally ran away. I came to Noida running away, all with love signs from my parents, from my father especially. And I had to get myself first checked with the doctor. My whole body was swollen actually. I could not tell the doctor what happened. I again told my doctor that I had met with an accident. I could not tell my doctor that my parents had battered me, beaten me, and I had run away. Almost 2 months I was hiding from everybody because there were all kinds of love signs in my body by my parents. I used to hear that, the parents and they think of the society more than of their daughter, and I used to be surprised. But yes, it was my parents who did this to me. Because for them, log kya kahenge was much bigger question than the life of their daughter. They could have killed me. But yes, fortunately I ran away. Came to Noida again with bruises, with all love signs. After that, I had gone into depression. But there were some people who helped me out. I started working. And now, how to survive? I had to pay rent. I had to pay for my medicine, for my everything, for everyday life. So I started stealing food from my office. I stopped eating. I used to say people that I'm dieting. I could not say them that I do not have the money to buy food. So when they, as in my office colleagues, used to go to the cafeteria, I used to go to the store, steal the biscuits and food items, go to the cafeteria, go to the washroom, dissolve the biscuit and the food items in the water and drink it. Otherwise, it will make sound, maybe eating biscuits, chewing, foods and all, it would make sound. So I used to do this so that it does not make any sound. And externally, I would say people that I'm dieting. I could not tell them that I do not have money to buy food. This went well for some time, but yes, slowly I started doing 2 shifts, day shifts and night shifts. I used to fall asleep in the office. Again, I used to say, wake up and again start working. This went on. However, I was lucky to work with good companies. I worked with HCL, Wipro, Patni, Birlasoft. This went on and I did good. Though the struggle went on, yet I did good. And almost after 14-15 years of job, I was in a good position. People came to know about me as an HR professional, and I quit my job and I started my own venture. Unfortunately, again came the pandemic and I again fell down once. Yet, I woke up again and started doing again one blow. I had a massive heart attack. A stent had to insert it on me rather, I would say. Then again, I woke up. I started my own dog boarding. I have a dog boarding. I rescue dogs. I feed my street dogs. And the living being who was all over there with me when I was not well, when I was struggling, my Viva, my German Shepherd dog. She is still there with me. I don't know why people call them animals, because they are more sensible, more sensitive than humans. And I say Viva to be my best human, my best friend. She was all there. Heartbroken, heart attack. She has seen it all. And I'm happy that I have my street dogs as my friend. Whenever I go to them with food, they come running to me, and I see them happy, I feel happy. So that ways, I am happy now. Again, I can say I am in my happy place. In between, I have made a, a couple of very good friends, Ruchi Mudgal, Shefali Changal, Debashish Dev, I've met, and they are really good. I started lecturing with IIM, IIT, Amity, did some good work, and again now on my feet back to the business. So I wanted to say that if you want to be happy, no one can stop you from being happy, but that should come from within. Yes, I do not say the road will be easy, will be soft. No, it will be difficult. But yes, if you want to come out of the toxic relations, you can. Your parents will not be with you, society will not be with you. But yes, if you need me, I'm always there. And if any one woman, if I can inspire any one woman, and that woman comes out of the toxic relation and wants to be happy, I will feel my life is successful. Thank you once again for letting me share my story. And once again, women out there, I am there with you. I'm just a phone call away. Thank you.